This is Mark Dempsey with the National Convergence Technology Center here at Collin College in North Texas. And Behealer is with us as well. So please go ahead and put your name and school in the chat box for attendance, if you would. So welcome to this web presentation on the CCN, the Convergence College Network. A couple of years ago, we delivered a pretty 1-hour deep dive into the CCN, and that's still valuable to understand the origins, the responsibilities, logistics, the benefits of being in the CCN. But we realize a shorter overview will be helpful as well, especially for the newer members. More than once, we've been asked to explain how an IT faculty member or administrator could get the most out of the CCN community. So you're a member, that's great, welcome, but now what do I do? So this presentation hopes to address that. I don't have a lot of slides, so there should be plenty of room at the end for questions. And please also feel free to send your question in the chat box, okay? So what is the CCN? I thought I would talk about this first. The Convergence College Network is what's called a community of practice. That's defined as a group of like-minded individuals sharing a common set of problems. In our case, that's educators looking to strengthen their IT programs and get their students ready for the workforce. The community of practice works together to deepen knowledge and expertise by sharing their collective know-how. The group knows more collectively than any of the individuals one by one. As of today, we have 82 colleges in the CCN from 31 states.
If you look at the actual research on what a community of practice is, it's a group of people that work together for their mutual good and they help each other. It's kind of like the guilds, the apprentice guilds back in the, I don't know, Middle Ages or something like that. But the idea is to help and take.
Okay, so let's talk now about how to get the most out of the CCN. What should members like you actually do? First of all, attend the meetings. The CCN convenes 4 times a year. When there's not a pandemic, we also try to gather once a year in person for the summer meeting. That July meeting is in conjunction with a big training event we host here at Collin College, North Texas, called Summer Working Connections. But even then, in that July meeting that's in person, we do have a web element for those who want to participate remotely. We also invite the CCN to attend our quarterly national BILT meetings. BILT, for those who don't know, stands for Business and Industry Leadership Team. Those national BILT members keep us up to date on IT workforce trends and job forecasts. Once a year, the BILT also prioritizes a list of entry-level IT infrastructure job skills, which the CCN gets access to. We also host a number of special topic CCN webinars each year. Whether you attend all these events and meetings or not, all the slides, the meeting minutes, the content gets posted on either a resource wiki and/or on the CTC website. By the way, most of these meeting invites and messages go to a single contact at each CCN college. So if you're that contact, the primary contact, we are relying on you to spread the word and forward that information to who you think should see it, okay? Second thing here is to follow us on social media. We put a lot of material on our Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn accounts, so you want to be sure to keep an eye out. You can see those links here. Each Wednesday, for example, we post a special BILT-related strategy tip. Every Friday, we share a video from our library. As for LinkedIn, we're working now to revamp the LinkedIn account to make it more open to the public, because right now it's just limited to the CCN members. We'll keep you posted on that as we migrate the LinkedIn to a more public version. Number 3 is to read our weekly blog. Each Monday, we post an article on our blog page. We showcase CCN students, we showcase CCN faculty, we disseminate meeting and conference content, we provide grant updates and news, we share best practices. That's something you should be aware of. Every Monday we put something out there. So here's the big one. Participate in professional development events. As a CCN member, you're invited to special CCN-only webinars on classroom strategies and technical topics. A lot of this material comes directly from other CCN faculty members like you, sharing best practices. You're also on the list to attend Working Connections, which that's our big professional development event. We do 5 days in July and 3 days in December. Attendees at Working Connections take a specific track topic with the goal of taking what they learned back home and either creating a brand new class or supplementing an existing class. We conduct special longitudinal surveys of Working Connections each January to measure the success of those events. And since 2015, over 42,000 students across 7,200 classes have been impacted by Working Connections. CCN colleges that are more engaged and earn level 1 classification get early registration access to Working Connections to make sure they get the track they need before it fills up. All these events are free to attend, by the way. We also provide some travel reimbursement help to send CCN faculty to attend professional development events like Working Connections, Chilton, Texas in person when there's not a pandemic. There are also a couple of educator conferences around the country to which we can support faculty travel. In general, level 1 schools get more travel opportunities, plus a higher level of reimbursement for travel expenses. Okay. Next is to use the resource wiki. This is our best kept secret. We put just about everything on the wiki: meeting minutes, conference presentations, classroom tools, lessons and labs, built resources. It's all out there. Some of it is password protected, so only CC members can access it, but most of it is open to the public. And because there's so much content and it can get very overwhelming, we send out a wiki digest twice a year to remind you of what's new. The address is there on the slide. I think Christine's also putting in the chat box for our resource wiki. Okay. Watch our videos. We know that you'd rather watch a video than read something. That's true for everybody. Our YouTube channel has a lot of content for faculty and for students. And recently we've ramped up the video output considerably the last couple of years. We record webinars, we interview students and IT employers, we create videos to explain best practices. Our YouTube handle is Mobile CTC. Learn more with CCN 101. That's the thing I mentioned earlier. A couple of years ago, we spent an entire hour diving into CCN in detail, discussing the origin, putting in context with our National Science Foundation grant, explaining the benefits and responsibilities of members, and describing in detail the CCN levels and point system that we use to classify level 1, level 2. So think of it as more of an in-depth version of what we're talking about today. The Bitly link there is there on the screen. If you want to know more, you may want to take a look at that video. It's still out there. And finally, share your know-how. This is essential. CCN community practice will not work unless everyone shares. We need you and your colleagues to engage and participate. Speak up at the meetings. If you have a question you need help with, ask the CCN group. And conversely, if someone at CCN needs some help, please take a moment to share your expertise and your perspective with them. Many of our webinars, our meeting agendas are driven wholly by faculty content. So if you have something cool you think others will want to know about, let us know. We can set aside time in the meeting for you to deliver a short presentation or a talk. And if you have a problem or a challenge you'd like help with, let us know, because we can schedule a group discussion or find experts to talk about that topic at the next meeting. So we definitely want to hear from you to engage in the community. That's what makes it run. Okay.
What we find is the people that are really, really actively involved in the network itself get a whole lot out of the network itself. Turns out that originally this network was not so much a network, it was a group of only about 4 colleges. And as it has grown, the information doesn't just come from the center out to the colleges. The colleges have opportunity to share what they are doing so that they can help one another. Also too, Mark, I know you frequently send out emails to the entire network posing a question that one of our colleges might have with respect to a new program or just how to handle a particular course or some issue. And that is also a very, very valuable resource, because in fact, what happens is you get lots and lots of responses from other people in the network. Similarly, when they send a question out that you need to help, that you could answer, you need to help and provide an answer too. So it really, really is a very strong portion of the National Center because people help each other. And we community college people are probably the best in the world at being free with what we know to help others in the nation.
So we hope this presentation has helped explain more about how the CCN can help you and your program and your students. That concludes my little presentation here. So if you have questions in the chat box or just come off mute and ask the questions, feel free to go right ahead. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about.